Pastor Mike Custer, the pastor of Bible Baptist Church in Grand Forks, North Dakota, and we'll be reading a few more verses from Proverbs chapter 3. This morning, verse 27 and verse 28 say this, "Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. Say not unto thy neighbor, Go, and come again, and tomorrow I will give, when thou hast it by thee." And these verses and this admonition is simply about kindness and giving and benevolence. And the Bible says if you have the power, if you have the ability to do something for someone, don't withhold it. And if you feel led of the Lord to give to them, go ahead and just give it and don't wait. Don't withhold if it's in the power of your hand to do it. You know, the Bible says I think it's Psalm 41, the Bible says, "Blessed is the man that considereth the poor." And giving to others is a very important outreach ministry. It's an indication that we have the love of the Lord in our heart for other people. You know, sometimes I'm afraid that God's people have a tendency to be stingy, and we're not maybe accustomed, as some are, to having an abundance, so much more than we need. And then if we give regularly to the ministry of our church, we may be inclined to be a little selfish and a little stingy when it comes to helping and giving other people. It may be because of suspicion, whether they're actually in need or they're just trying to dupe someone, or it may just be outright selfishness. But the Bible encourages God's people to be giving people, to be open-hearted and open-handed. I think about another verse that Jesus spoke in Luke chapter 6, where he said, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down and shaken together, and running over, shall men give into your bosom. For with the same measure that you mete withal, it shall be measured to you again." That's Luke chapter 6, verse 38, where the Lord encouraged giving, being open-handed, open-hearted toward others. And in these verses we've read in Proverbs, verse 27 speaks of not withholding good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. And if we have the ability, if we have more than we need, well, then we ought to find a good outlet for it and find a place where we can invest that money, and or whatever it is, goods that God's given us, or time. If we have more than we need, how could we be a blessing to someone else? God has given us an abundance for a reason. And if he's given us an abundance of some resource, whether it be a material thing or something else, we ought to be willing to give it to others as well, and give of our time, and give of our life, and give of our resources. There in verse 28, once again, "Say not unto thy neighbor, Go, and come again, and tomorrow I will give, when thou hast it by thee." If you've got it, just go ahead and be generous with it, and let somebody else be blessed by it as well. And the Lord will judge your motives, and the Lord will judge your heart in that case. And you know, it's such a blessing. Every one of us needs to learn the joy, the blessedness of giving. Giving is a great thing. And we could imagine that I give enough, and I give the best that I have in the Lord's work, and that would be wonderful if we do. But there's always something more that we could do, that we could give, and there's always somebody who's in need. And may the Lord give us a tender heart towards those who are in need. Be thinking about what you could do to be a help and a blessing to somebody. How can I be a blessing to somebody today? Every day, ask the Lord to impress on your heart ways that you could bless somebody today, and you'll make a difference in their life. God bless you today.